Start by coming to find a comfortable sitting position, maybe closing the eyes. Palms might be face up on top of the knees, index finger and thumb coming to touch. Taking a deep breath in, expanding the lungs out to the sides as the belly raises. Exhale out the mouth, sigh. One more deep belly breath in. Sigh out the mouth. Taking a few breaths to come down from the monkey mind into your body. Asking yourself, what does my body need for my practice today? And maybe finding an intention you would like to set. Gathering hands at heart center. We'll open practice with 3 ohms. Inhaling to prepare. Namaste. Let's get started by come to a lie on the back, bringing the knees into the belly, gently rocking from side to side. The head might look in the opposite direction as the knees. And coming back to center, bringing the hands to the tops of the knees, drawing circles with the arms to massage out the lower back. Reversing your rotation. Inhale, making a T shape with the arms, bringing the calves parallel to the mat as you make a right angle with the knees. Exhale, dip the toes forward as you hug the navel towards the spine. Inhale, bringing the toes back up to parallel. Exhale, dipping forward. Inhale, parallel. Continuing with your own breath. If you like more challenge, you can try to lengthen the legs, finding a more straight position of the legs. One more exhale. Inhale, hugging the knees back into the belly. Exhale, forehead draws up towards the knees. Give yourself a tight squeeze. And exhale, releasing the head back down to the mat. Bringing the feet onto the mat, preparing for half bridge. Feet are next to the sit bones, hip distance apart, palms face down. Exhale, hugging the navel towards the spine. Inhale, lifting the hips up towards the sky, engaging through the backs of the thighs. You might keep pressing through the palms, or maybe you interlace the fingers behind the back, rocking from one shoulder to another, lifting the spine up off the mat. Exhale, hands come out from underneath you, rolling down one vertebra at a time, bringing the feet out wide, windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Half bridge, one more round, bringing the feet hip distance apart. Hands come back next to the hips. Exhale, hugging the navel towards the spine. Inhale, lifting the hips up towards the sky. Taking whichever hand variation you did on the first side. If you like more challenge, you might lift one foot up off the mat on the inhale, lifting the other foot up off the mat on the exhale. One more time on each side. And exhale, hands come out from underneath you, releasing down toward the mat. Feet come out wide, windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Hugging the knees into the belly, rocking back and forth, making your way to sit at the front of your mat. If you have a strap or belt, it might be handy to have one right now. Cow face pose. You can keep the feet in easy sitting position, or for more challenge, you might bring the right knee over the left as the feet come to either side of the body, trying to stack one knee on top of the other. Again, if this is too intense, you can always come back to crisscross applesauce. Inhale, keeping the strap in your right hand. Inhale, arms come out to the sides. Giving yourself a pat on the back with the right hand. And then the left hand comes underneath. You can reach the hands together with your strap, or you might even be able to interlace the fingers with one another. Inhale, reaching tall through the spine. Heart shines forward as you gently press the back of the head into the forearm. For tender low back, stay here. Otherwise, you can hinge forward at the hips, bowing down over your knees. Relaxing the jaw and face muscles. Inhale, coming back up to sit up tall. Exhale, releasing the hands out to the sides. Keeping the right knee on top, lengthen the left leg in front of you, finding a gentle twist. The right foot is crossed over the left leg. Inhale, reaching the arms up to the sky. Exhale, twisting to the right, hugging your knee with the left arm as you look over your shoulder behind you. You might hook your elbow to the top of the knee. There you go. Reaching tall through the spine on the inhale and finding a deeper twist on the exhale. Inhale, arms reach up to center. Exhale, twisting to the left, second side. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, hands come down beside you. Cow face pose, second side, bringing the left knee on top. Taking your strap in your left hand, inhale, arms reach out to the sides. Give yourself a pat on the back with the left hand. Right hand comes underneath. Reaching tall through the spine, pressing the back of the head into the forearm. Staying here for tender low back. Otherwise, you can hinge forward, releasing over the legs. Inhale, sitting up tall. Exhale, releasing the hands out to the sides, lengthening the right leg in front of you. Inhale, reaching the arms up tall. And exhale, twisting to the left, hugging the knee or maybe hooking the elbow to the top of the knee. Twisting from your navel center, where you digest not only your food, but your source of assimilating information. Inhale, arms reach up to center. Exhale, twisting to the right, second side. Inhale, finding center. Exhale, hands come down, coming into tabletop. Maybe you'd like to have a blanket underneath the knees for some extra support. For cat-cow, Marjariasana. Inhale, lifting chin, belly down, tailbone up, cow. Exhale, chin to chest, round the back, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Continuing with your own breath. And adding any intuitive movement, maybe you circle out the rib cage or you circle the hips back. However you like to warm up the spine. If you're circling, reversing your rotation. Exhale, pressing back into child's pose, big toes together, knees out wide. Taking a big breath in. Exhale, sigh out the mouth. One more deep inhale. Exhale, sigh out the mouth. Inhale, coming forward to plank, tucking the toes under, lifting the knees for more challenge, or you can always keep the knees down on the mat for more support as you hug the navel towards the spine. If you like more challenge, you might bend one knee, dipping it down towards the mat, then bending the opposite knee, dipping it down towards the mat, twice more on each side. Exhale, tabletop. And inhale, puppy dog pose, walking the arms forward, keeping the hips stacked over the knees, releasing the chest down. The chin or forehead might come down to the mat. So it's really nice after holding that plank. Exhale, child's pose, big toes together. Maybe keeping the knees together to lengthen the lower back. If that's too intense, you can always bring the knees out wide. Inhale, downward facing dog, tucking the toes, lifting the hips and heels, rooting down through the index finger and thumb. Maybe you pedal out the feet. Maybe nodding the head yes, nodding the head no. Finding your ujjayi breath or ocean breath if you haven't already. Inhale, step the right foot forward, low lunge. Left knee might come down for more support, or for more strength, you can keep the left knee lifted. Scissoring the hips towards one another. Hands can stay down for more support, or you might like to have some blocks under the hands. Inhale, right arm reaches up, twisted lunge. Left hip is activating forward as the right hip is activating back. Maybe you circle out that top arm, massaging that shoulder joint. Reversing the rotation. And exhale, hands come down to frame the front foot. If you have blocks, this is a lovely place to use it. Half Hanuman, or the half splits as you walk the hands back, lengthening the right leg. Your hips are square. Trying to keep a flat back, shining your heart forward. Exhale, hands walk forward to the front of your mat, stepping back into plank. And from plank, lower knees, chest, chin, chaturanga, coming down onto the belly. Inhale, cobra, lifting up the chest and chin as you press through the tops of the feet. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Hands might be beside the shoulders, or maybe you take the hands wide and tent the fingertips. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Continuing with your own breath. Exhale, lower. Engaging through the backs of the thighs. Last round. And exhale, lowering one cheek down to the mat, gently rocking your hips from side to side. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg steps forward, low lunge. Taking whichever variation you had on the first side. Finding your foundation. Inhale, left arm reaches up, twisted lunge. Maybe circling out the top arm. Reversing your rotation. Exhale, hands come down to frame the front foot. Half Hanuman, hands walk back, lengthening the left leg, squaring the hips towards the front of the mat. Left hip reaches back, right hip reaches forward. Exhale, walking the hands forward, stepping back into plank. And lowering knees, chest, chin, chaturanga, coming down onto the belly. Creating a T shape with the arms. Both arms reach out to the sides. And then bringing the right hand next to the shoulder, bending the right knee, pressing with your hand, rolling onto the side of the body as the right knee comes behind you. Stretching out the front of the left shoulder. You can keep the right hand down on the mat for more support, or maybe you open it up behind you. You might circle the arm, massaging the shoulder blades. And exhale, right hand comes back beside the shoulder, coming down onto the belly. Taking a moment in center just to notice if you feel any difference in one side of the body than the other. Then reaching the right arm out to the side, left hand comes next to the shoulder, finding the second side. Rolling up and maybe reaching the left arm behind you, circling the arm. Exhale, left hand comes down beside you, coming back onto the belly and pressing into child's pose. Inhale, downward facing dog. Do 3 rounds of lion's breath, sticking out the tongue, opening the eyes wide on the exhale. Inhale to prepare. Inhale. Last round. And walking the feet towards the hands, finding a forward fold at the front of your mat. Maybe taking opposite elbows and ragdoll. For tender low back, having a deep bend in the knee as the belly comes to rest on the tops of the thighs. Maybe circling the head to release the neck muscles. Inhale the halfway lift, interlacing the fingers behind you. Exhale, folding forward, rinsing the shoulders out overhead. Exhale, hands come down to the tops of the knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hold, keeping a flat back. Inhale, reaching the arms up through chair, up to the sky, lengthening the legs, finding a gentle back bend. And exhale, hands come to heart center, Tadasana. Inhale, hands reach up. And exhale, chair pose. Sitting the hips back, hands can come to heart center, or maybe you reach the arms forward. Maybe you cactus the arms out to the sides. Twisting to the right, left arm comes to the outside of the right knee as you open the right arm up to the sky. Checking in with your knees. That left knee likes to sneak forward. Inhale, reaching up, gentle back bend. Exhale, hands to heart center, Tadasana. Taking a deep breath in. Sigh out the mouth. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, chair. Twisting to the left as that right arm comes to the outside of the left knee, opening the left hand up to the sky. Inhale, reaching the arms up, gentle back bend. Exhale, hands to heart center. Warrior 3, finding a focal point, bringing the weight into the left foot. Inhale, right foot floats back behind you as you hinge forward from the hips. Hands might stay in Namaskar Mudra, or maybe you float the arms behind you like airplane wings. Shining the heart forward. Inhale, reaching the hands and right knee forward. Purity pose. And exhale, floating the hands and foot down to the mat. Giving your hips a little shake from side to side. Hands come back to heart center. Warrior 3 on the second side. Inhale, left foot floats up behind you, hinging forward. Maybe you float the hands back beside you like airplane wings. Rolling the shoulder blades down the back. Inhale, purity pose. Hands and knee float forward. Exhale, setting the hands and feet down, rocking the hips from side to side. Coming to the long edge of your mat, heel toe your feet one leg distance apart, goddess pose. Toes are pointed toward the corner edges of your mat. Hands can be on the hips for more support. Exhale, bending the knees. Sitting the hips down as you press the knees out towards the pinky side edge of the foot. Maybe you reach the arms up in cactus position. Index finger and thumb come to touch. And you might play with lifting one heel, setting it back down, lifting the other heel, setting it down. Maybe you lift both heels. Taking a few moments to have fun. Exhale, heels come down. Inhale, star pose. Arms and legs lengthen far away from each other. Exhale, hands come down to the sides, bringing the feet parallel. Inhale, shoulders up towards the ears. Exhale, rolling the shoulders down the back. Twice more. Inhale, lifting up. Wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, reaching tall through the spine. Exhale, hinging forward from the hips. You got it. Hands might come below the shoulders, or maybe you walk the hands between the legs, releasing your head down. Walking the hands over to the right foot or ankle or shin, keeping the hips square, lengthening through the left side of the body. Hands walk back through center over to the left foot for the second side. Coming back to center, and you can either bow forward one more time or maybe interlace the fingers behind the back, rinsing out the shoulders overhead. You might like to have a strap to join the hands behind you. Exhale, hands come underneath the shoulders. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, bending the knees, hands come to the hips. And inhale, coming back up to stand. Heel toe the feet towards one another. And make your way to the front of the mat. Inhale, reaching the arms up tall, gentle back bend. Exhale, forward fold at the front of your mat. Hands might, backs of the hands might come down on the mat as you step the feet onto the palms, or maybe peace fingers around the big toes, reaching the elbows out to the sides. You're welcome to take any other variation that feels good for you. Exhale, hands plant down at the front of the mat, stepping back into plank, and from plank to down dog. Inhale, lift the right legs, bending the knee, spinning the hip open, maybe circling the knee out, massaging the ball and socket of the hip joint, reversing your rotation. Exhale, drawing the knee forward, finding pigeon. Right knee finds the front of your mat as you rest your hips down, maybe walking the hips back. Lifting tall through the spine. And then coming down to look over your right shoulder, squaring the hips towards the front of the mat. And when you're ready, releasing forward. Inhale, walking the hands back under the shoulders. You might just stay here, or maybe you bend the left knee, opening the left hand behind you to take the foot. Finding king pigeon as you press the foot towards the body to stretch out the quads and open through the front of the left shoulder. Exhale, gently releasing the foot back down, finding downward facing dog, or whatever your body needs to shake your hip out. Maybe you lift the leg, bend the knee, and spin the hip open again. And when you're ready, inhale, left leg lifts, bending the knee, spinning the hip open, circling out the knee. Reversing your rotation. Exhale, left knee forward, pigeon, second side. Walking the hips back, lifting tall through the spine, and then looking over your left shoulder to square your hips. When you're ready, releasing down. Inhale, walking the hands back under the shoulders. Maybe bending the knee, taking the right hand to the foot, finding king pigeon on the second side. Exhale, gently releasing the foot back down. Finding downward facing dog. And exhaling, finding tabletop. And making your way to find a comfortable seat. Bringing the soles of the feet together for butterfly pose. Hands come around the ankles, shins, or feet. As you inhale, lift tall through the spine. As you exhale, hinging forward from the hips. Keeping a flat back for tender low back. Otherwise, you can round the back, drawing the forehead towards the ground. Inhale to lift up tall. And when you're ready, making your way to lie on the back, bringing the knees into the belly, gently rocking from side to side. If you have shoulder stand in your practice, you're welcome to take shoulder stand now. Otherwise, you might like to just find a gentle inversion, lifting the legs up to the sky. If you have a block, you might like to place a block underneath the sacrum. Or you could also find your way into a supported bridge, is really nice with the block under the sacrum. Gently lowering your feet back down to the mat, removing your block if you have one, and hugging the knees into the belly, gently rocking from side to side. Hugging the right knee in, extend the left leg long when releasing pose. Hugging both knees into the belly. And then extending the right leg long when relieving pose, second side. And happy baby pose, bringing the soles of the feet up towards the sky. Hands take the feet as you gently rock from side to side, massaging of the low back. If there's any final poses you would like to take, you're welcome to take those now. Finding your way onto the second side. When you're ready, making your way into Shavasana or any other restorative pose that feels good for you. Maybe placing a bolster beneath the knees for some extra support. Closing the eyes and turning inward. bringing your awareness back into the body. Inhale, reach the right arm up overhead, bending the knees, coming to lie on the right side in a fetal position. And slowly, with helping hands, making your way back up to sit in a comfortable position. Eyes might be closed or looking just in front of you. Maybe one hand on the heart center, one hand on the belly. Or maybe hands in Namaskar Mudra at heart center. Coming back to your intention you said at the beginning of practice. Honoring that intention. Honoring all of the hard work that you have just done. Offering gratitude to your body as it has supported you throughout your practice. Thank you, body, so much. We'll close our practice with 1 Om and 3 Shantis. Inhaling together. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining today. I hope you're all feeling good. Take care and let me know if you have any questions. Bye-bye.